Hey, what's going on guys, Pagani Gaming here, and welcome back to another round of W2W racing. This time it's round 7 at Dragon Trail Gardens, a track that we're really not too comfortable with, especially in the Aston Martin. We did come across this track 2 seasons ago in the Lexus, and we did pretty well, almost getting podiums all around. But however, in the Aston things weren't as pretty. As you see here, completely stuffing up the beginning of our qualifying lap. Tried to go in the power a lot sooner by taking a wider entry and just completely bottled it entirely. So we start off race 1 in 8th position, so not a ideal starting position, sort of towards the back. Not where you want to be, especially around a track such as Dragon Trail Gardens, mainly because of the second and third corner, and possibly the fourth as well, where the chicanes are. A lot can happen there if drivers don't have their head screwed on. So we start off in second, going down into first, making light work of Con. Coming into the second corner here, we're going to tuck in behind Suit Lad, a driver that you're going to be seeing a lot of this round. Me and him had some really good battles, especially in the race 1. He did message me after the round, talking about how good the race was, and I thoroughly agree. It was an awesome race to be behind him, especially when Sweet Lad was a lot quicker than me. I remember in some practice sessions that we were doing around this track, he was about a good half second quicker than me, which around this track is a lot, especially within tightly packed lobby such as Lobby B. But he somehow didn't manage to pull off those times in qualifying, and he was pretty much in front or behind us throughout the entirety of race 1 and parts of race 2 and 3. So we stuck him behind our Sweet Lad here, as I ripped off further up ahead, almost lost it coming over the crest. So the main passing opportunities on this track are coming into corner 2, the hairpin, and the last set of corners you're going to see up ahead here. Those are ideally your only passing opportunities. Apart from that, there really aren't many passing opportunities. You know, the track really doesn't allow for passing on the inside. You can see Ripdog once again coming out a bit wide, coming to that corner. You can sort of attack this corner with multiple lines. You can sort of go in deep and get on the power a lot sooner and try and get a good run coming onto the straight. Or you can take a really shallow exit and try and just minimize your track time. But we're going to go inside of Suit Lad here, coming into the first corner. We're going to try and keep him on the outside here. And leading into the first corner, he's got that outside grip. So he's going to try and outbrake us on the outside. He's not going to be able to pull that off. So we're going to tuck in behind Ripdoc for position 6. Now, one of my strong points around this track was coming through that chicane there. I somehow managed to pull off, most of the time, a really good line. It is very risky running over those curbs. By doing so, you do really help reducing your lap time. However, there is also the risk of just completely running the curb over and sending your car up into space and turning your car into an airline. So we had Suit Lad come up on the inside of us into turn 5. Then we returned to favour the following lap. Tried to do so. Couldn't get the power down as quickly as we would have liked. And then further up ahead, beginning of lap 5, hard on the brakes as Hippo and Suit Lad were battling out coming into the second corner. We had to get on the brakes a lot harder than we would have liked to try and avoid an accident. So we've got Hippo leading in 4th, and then Sweet Lad closely behind in 5th. And then we're going to try and send it up three wide into turn 5, and we're going to go up on the inside, try and outbrake everyone, and we do so rather well, still meeting the apex. A bit of a bump to Hippo, and then we've got Sweet Lad on the inside, and we go 3 wide here. And this was an awesome moment here. 3 guys going 3 wide, coming out of a corner, and not much contact at all. Apart from that moment from Hippo, but it wasn't anything too crazy. Did sort of mess with our lines a little bit, but we weren't hindered by it too much. Coming to lap 7, 2 laps later, still got Sweet Lad behind us, and he's really putting the pressure on us. You can see here through these 4 right-handers, he somehow manages to get the car really quickly through there. Unfortunately for us, we can't do that. So he's constantly applying pressure, trying to set himself up for a nice late braking move onto the last corner. He's going to try and do so here. We're going to allow him to do that. He's going to run a little bit wide coming off that track. We're going to go for an undercut here. He's still going to have enough power to get it down, and we're going to tuck in behind him here and try and use that slipstream. The Aston Martin is an absolute freak in slipstream, coupled with the fact that he's already a freak on the straights. So we're going to come in on the inside into turn 1 and make easy work of him due to the power of the Aston Martin, and we're going to be in front of him by the beginning of turn 2. The same thing's going to happen again, end of lap 9. He's going to try and go around the outside, and we're going to go side by side here. And honestly, again, props to Suit Lad. It was an awesome race being with him side by side for most of the race. We couldn't at all break each other, and then into the late part of the race, we had Flossie, who is very new to the team that he's been assigned to. And he's done really well to get his grips into the Mercedes on such late notice. But we finished race 1 in 4th position, so coming from 8th to 4th in a track that we're not comfortable with around drivers who are a lot quicker than us, we did rather well to start off the round. But on to race 2 now, and as with every other second race, the grids are flipped based off your previous race results. So we start off in 9th position. We're going to start it in 2nd again, and downshift into 1st. Try and minimize that tire slip and keep our tires in absolute preceding condition. And one of the ideal things you want to do for such sprint races is try and burn as much fuel as possible. And as you can see, in the previous race we finished with just 0.4, so we almost had nothing left in the tank, which is exactly what we wanted. But coming through the chicane here, we're going to get held up a little bit. Hippo going to get put wide just a little bit, and we're going to try and go up on the inside of Hippo. We're going to sort of barge our way through. We didn't want to slow ourselves down by allowing Hippo to get hit, to not get hit. So we sort of just barged our way through and just cleared the way. Coming up on the inside of turn 5, we're going to pass Panmac and put ourselves up into 7th. So we've already made 2 positions in the space of a couple corners, so we're doing pretty well here. And again, right up behind Suit Lad, who's eventually ended up making a pass on Con. So coming to lap 2 now, we're going to get it right up behind Con. And you can see there, that's that moment of taking the risk of trying to go over those curves, and your car can really take a lot of air and it'll ruin your run down the back straight. But coming on to the end of lap 3 here, we're in 9th position after we lost a bit of speed coming through those curbs. Hippo's going to get put a little bit wide, and we're going to pass Flossie on the inside, who I think had a moment. So that puts us back up into 7th position. And then Con here with a pretty disgusting moving under braking. That completely put Vintage off. But I think a dish of karma was well served, as Con lost a lot of speed through there. So we put one on Con, and Vintage did as well. So I think that was a bit of a taste of his own medicine based off the last round. But we're tucking behind Vintage here, who puts a move on Evil. Vintage was an absolute freak around his track. He did rather well around here, and he did a well-deserved podium for this round. He was honestly, I think, overdue for one. So props to him, he did rather well for this round. But we're going to have Con on the outside and Evil on the inside coming into turn 5. And this got a little bit messy, and a sort of a butt clenching moment. We were sort of getting ping-ponged off Evil and Con. But thankfully, nothing happened to the extreme. Bit of a bump there from Evil, nothing too crazy, but still holding on to that 5th position. And we have Scooter coming on the outside. Scooter was just absolutely a madman. A clean sweep from Scooter, if I believe. And it was just more ideal to let him go. We already had held him up for a previous number of laps. Tried our best to hold him up. We just couldn't do so, and we found it more beneficial to let him go and try and stay in the stream. But we couldn't do so, and still finished in a pretty solid 6th position for race 2. And now on to the 3rd and final race, where once again the grid is flipped based off your previous race results, and also you have to do a mandatory medium tyre change. So we start off on the medium tyre, and because the medium tyre is a lot less grippier compared to the soft, we're going to just stick it out in 2nd gear off the grid. And we did so. We did that by not getting much tyre slip. You can see there K-Boy getting a pretty bad run into turn 1. That makes him pretty much vulnerable in leading to turn 2. And Scooter already carving his way up the field, putting himself up into 5th position. We're going to get on the inside of K-Boy here and sort of drag him all the way to the 5th corner. So we're sticking behind Panmac here. We still didn't know what our strategy was coming into the final race. Thankfully for us, our race session was the latest session out of the two time sessions, so we were able to watch the previous races and sort of get a bit of knowledge about race 3, and by doing that we've sort of picked what we believe was the correct strategy. We just couldn't keep the laps down because we just couldn't keep our positions high because we weren't on the pace compared to the drivers. So we're up into 7th position here, so we're doing pretty well so far. Coming onto the beginning of lap 2, coming through the curbs. And we're going to pass Paymac, who did almost identically what we did to last race. And then end of lap 2, we're going to have Nightwalker come up on the inside. And Hippo and Con had a moment. I believe Hippo did bump Con coming to the last corner. And another weird moment from Con, even though he's down on speed, because he had a really bad run coming out of the corner, he decides to go really defensive for no apparent reason, and he sort of put this on himself really. He wasn't paying much attention to what was in front of him, instead he was looking at what was behind him and put himself in the wall. Thankfully we didn't follow him, we almost did. But then Paymac parks on the apex, we give him a nice little bump. And then Hippo, I think, had a moment with Nightwalker, and we now got ourselves back into 8th position after all that. And then we come into the pits at the end of lap 4 for our tyre change. So we move from the medium to the soft with no fuel. And once again, based off last round, I kid you not, the only person we passed on track was Paymac. Once again, deja vu. And it was only because he ran off track and just ate shit at that wall. So apart from that, that was the only person that we passed in that one stint that we did. So we come into the pits again, end of lap 12 for another set of softs, but now we add fuel. So by us being able to fuel save so much, we end up closing the gap just a little bit on the drivers up ahead. Give us that little bit of advantage. We knew we couldn't get him on pace, so we just tried to get him on pit strategy. And to finish off race 3, we finish in 6th position. So another Super GT moment here. 2 races in a row finishing in 6th position. Who knows, we could be the next Aussie Super GT. So based off the fact that we were in a car on a track that we weren't too comfortable with, we did rather well to finish where we were at 4th and 6th places on a track once again we weren't too comfortable with. Next round, round 8, unfortunately we won't be attending. It is an endurance in the group 4, I believe, around Brands Hatch, the Grand Prix circuit. We just will not be able to make it. So if you guys did enjoy the video, be sure to leave a like, comment down below, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and with that being said guys, I shall catch you in the next one.